premature evaluation for Rogue Legacy. Rogue Legacy is almost exactly what it sounds. It's a roguelike RPG game. It came out, I think, 3 days ago on the 27th for $15 on Steam. But if you buy it off their website, you can get 2 copies for the price of 1, which I think is a better deal, which I did get, and I gave one to my friend. This game is your roguelike. It's roguelike in the elements that every time you go through the game, it's randomized and it's very difficult at the beginning. This one, you can kind of sway the odds more into your favor, so let me just kind of start it up. I have put, I think, 6 hours into this game. I still haven't beaten it, and I only beaten 2 of the 4 bosses. Then there's the final boss, and they are fairly hard if you don't know what you're doing, so let me just start it up. Here, I already had a character made from last time I was playing. I don't remember which one it is. Let me just find out. Oh yeah, I was playing as the miner, which is unlocked class you get. I'm going to go to the manor to show you what the upgrade system looks like. The upgrade system, you start off with nothing. You start off with 1 thing in magic, and you put a point into magic. You unlock the blacksmith, you get the blacksmith, you get HP, and then you just start. The more stuff you unlock, the more things that you can go after. Like you can carry more weight, which means you can wear better gear or different gear. You can unlock your maximum HP. You can buy upgrades for your classes. You can make it so when you pick up potions and meat off the ground, they heal you for % more. You can get it so your damage, your magic does more damage. You can get it so you pick up more gold when you pick up off stuff. Since I'm playing as the miner, I get a 30% bonus on top of this, so I have an 80% bonus on gold. So I pick up 10 gold, I get 18, 100, I get 180. You can get it so you can make it so it costs less when you go inside the thing. And so my guys, it's fairly upgraded. I'm not maxed out, but I have some fairly good upgrades. You can make you do more damage, more crit chance, more crit damage, simple things like that. I only have 200 gold left, and getting gold is fairly easy, but if you die, you have to work on what you got. The controls for keyboard are very iffy. They make it kind of awkward to work with, but I had to completely change it. They made it so attack was on D, S, D, and then S was jump, but spacebar was also jump. A is to use her special ability, like her special ability is the mining light, which does nothing, it's just there for a special effect. And you have your spells, so you have all this stuff, but it's very weirdly bound to the keyboard. So I changed everything from I'm not even touching like the number, the letters. I'm touching the numbers on the number pad on the far right of the keyboard. I have 1 is my attack, 2 is my jump, 3 is my spell, and 5 is my special ability. When I've had a lot more luck with this than actually working with the actual keyboard. The game also has very good controller support, but I don't have a controller that does work. I have an old PS3 controller which doesn't, with the USB cord doesn't work on this. It doesn't pick it up, and the buttons are extremely jacked up, so it doesn't really work out very for me. But if you have an Xbox controller, the game hooks up and works perfectly. There's native support built right in for that. You can also use Steam Big Picture, which allows you to even customize the controllers even further. So it works out very nice. Like you have your blacksmith, which you can use to buy different weapons. Like the sword I'm using doesn't give any special bonuses, but you can get swords to give you more gold. You can give them so that you get vampirism, which means when you kill an enemy, you get HP back. You can get different armors that give you more HP, which I think I actually may get that one because it's actually better, but I don't have enough gold. Chest pieces, boots, capes, all that sort of stuff. Then you also get your runes that you find when you open up specific chests, or if you're lucky and get them off a wood chest, which one just usually just give you gold. You can get it so you can double jump, which I have that on something else. You can get it so when you kill stuff, you get health and mana. You can get it so when enemies hit you, you reflect the damage back to them. You can sprint. You can enemies are harder, so you get more of a reward, which I don't know why you want to do that. Maybe you want to farm out some gold. Other than that, I have double jump, and I just have the life steal on everything, because when you kill stuff, you get life back, which is very nice. The architect, this guy, what it is, let's say you get a run in the castle that you really like. What you can do is when you go to this guy, you forfeit 70% of the gold that you earn, but you can keep your castle. So let's say if you earn 10,000 gold, you only keep 3,000 of it. But next time you go through it, you'll have the same exact castle, and you could keep on repeating it over and over and over. So if you want to try to kill a boss, and if the boss is in a very good location to get to, you can just keep on trying to kill the boss over and over. So that's how it works. It's pretty interesting concept because most roguelikes are it's random every time, but this one you can make it so it stays the same, so you can keep on trying the boss through trial and error, trying out different combinations of spells. Like I have the shock rooms right here, so you can try it out however you feel like. So let's just go into the game. The running animation, I love the running animation. The music also for this game is very good. There are, if you're lucky, you can find some jukeboxes, which you could change the music. I think there's like 6 or 5 songs to choose between, so you can vary what you listen to. The difficulty also spikes up pretty fast from one zone to another. See, I'm level 72, and I'm still having trouble in the new zone, in the 3rd zone, the Maya, which is the where the technically, you can do any boss you want, but this is the 3rd boss for me in terms of the level of stuff. It scales up there pretty fast. So let's just go in. It's building me a new castle. And this is how the first room always starts off. You can break some of the stuff. You can pick up the gold. Because gold is basically how you upgrade your items and you upgrade your character. Sorry if you hear my keyboard, but this is the only way I can play it. I don't have a good thing. See, the gold drops. The map, since I'm playing as the Spelunker, which is an upgraded version of the Miner, I can see all the chests, all the fairy chests, and all the bonus rooms on the entire game right now. So I can kind of get a general idea. Like this area right here is probably the forest. The area down below is the dungeon, and the area up there is the Maya. So you can get a general idea with this class where stuff is, and it's good if you want to try to get some gold. I'm going to try to be a little bit quieter on my keyboard. But the game difficulty is fairly hard early on. Like my first 5 runs, I barely made it past, I think, like the first 6 rooms, and I just kept on getting obliterated. As you get more money, more and more money, you gotta upgrade your guy more and more, and so things become easier and easier. Still, this class isn't very good for damaging, it's mainly for finding gold, but when you're in the starting area of the game, things are very easy to kill, so you can almost get away with using any class, and you get a lot of gold with that, so that's one reason why I like playing it and I appreciate it so much. I'm probably going to need to do some editing work on this keyboard, but other than that, that's the stuff. The different classes you get, I can show them off in a second once this guy dies. I'll just try to kill myself. And when I kill stuff, I actually heal a lot. I don't know if you saw, but if I hit escape and tab, or no button, shift, you can see the stats in your character, like I'm using silver sword, helmet, square chestplate, my equipment. Then I see my enchantments. I get 6 health back for every kill and 4 MP back for every kill. I get 80% more gold and I move faster. Each class also does a thing. I'm very weak in all stats, but I get 30% gold. PAD, no foot pulse. I can see if I could find something for that, because that is probably one of the best perks in the game that you can get. Because there are, I don't know if I can find any. It's fairly hard to find them, I think, early on, but it just depends on what you get. Yeah, right there. I'm going to just clear off the window. But do you see those different platforms that are right above me? That is a spike platform, and they look for a pulse. But since I don't have a foot pulse, they don't pop up and they can't hurt me. Same thing apparently happens when the other spikes, because there are spiked grounds, like just spikes sticking out of the ground. Apparently those don't hurt you either because you can't get hurt from the feet, which I think is a brilliant idea. So let's say you fight a certain boss and you want an advantage because there's spikes on the floor, you can keep on dying and trying to grind out a character that will give you that perk trait, that makes it so you don't take damage from those things. The starting zone is pretty easy for me now. I'm going to see if I can try to find the Maya. The forest is also still getting very easy for me, just because the more you play, the more damage you do, the more life you have, and so it means the longer you can live and the more you can kill. So it's an endless cycle. The more you play, the better your guy will get. So you may get dominated at first, but then you can just keep on trying and trying through trial and error and make it so you can eventually get through the game. There is a New Game Plus mode, but the way the New Game Plus mode works is there's infinite New Game Pluses. You beat the game gets harder and harder and harder and harder and harder, and it keeps getting, apparently it keeps on getting harder until you stop playing it, which I think is pretty sweet. And I don't like these guys at all. Sometimes their balls swing faster than others. I think it's just because it depends on the character that you get. So you see things a bit slower, since I think my guy has ADHD on the game. she does not get affected by the stuff, and she sees things slower. I don't know, that could just be coming out my mouth. There are some circumstances where you can't reach some chests. It's like right here, I can't get this chest, but if I had a perk called Dwarfism, there is right here, the tile is a different color. It's a bit of a darker shade. That means I can walk through that if I was playing with a character that had Dwarfism, which is a trait that you get that makes it so you're smaller and you move faster and harder to hit, but your range isn't as big. Like my range is fairly small. You can get one, but if you're playing with Dwarfism, you have less than half of that. And you can also get a perk that's Gigantism, which makes it so you have a bigger range, but you have a bigger hitbox. This zone is the one that I'm going into. It's fairly tough. I don't have the best character for it because some characters are better for it than others. When I die, which I should die fairly soon after I find the boss. I can actually just die to the boss. The bosses are pretty sweet. The music is great when you fight the bosses. What's up here? Something I don't want to go to. I'm just going to fight the boss. I am going to die. There's almost no chance that I can kill it. But I can just show off the different classes and how things work once I die. This is one of the bosses. Alright, I doubt I'm going to do good, but you never know. Considering if I do beat this person, because when you kill bosses, you get permanent stat bonuses, plus a large amount of gold, and of course this person's extra squishy, so she takes a lot of damage. And then it shows you how many enemies you killed, and then it shows you a portrait. Another thing that's sweet about it is you always get sent back to the main menu, and when you hit enter, you can see what classes you get to choose next. Like I can get the Spelunket, the Assassin, or the Splunker. So I have two Splunkers and an Assassin. The Assassin has low stats, but can do a crit, critically hit more often. Then you can also scroll back and see what characters you've played. So you can go back and see characters you played, and it has a fake little timeline to see how long they lived, and it goes back since it keeps track of all your deaths, so you can keep on going back and back until you reach your first location, which I think is sweet. So you can see which characters you played the most, how many you've played, and their names and stuff like that, the classes then look. I think that I'm going to play this class just to show it off because there isn't many other classes for me to choose right now. And since I did pick up gold when I was there, I can upgrade stuff. I can upgrade my HP, I can upgrade my damage, I can make it so, I don't have enough of this, but I can make it so when you go into the castle, it charges you less, because before this upgrade, the guy at the beginning would take all of your gold to let you in, but when you get this upgrade, it makes it so he only takes, like, first upgrade is he takes 94% of your gold, then he takes, and then it decreases by 6% every time with the 5 times, so it costs 30% less. Eventually, I don't know exactly, but it's a pretty good upgrade. It pays for itself after like the first 10 deaths or so. You make it so you have more armor. I'm just going to spend my money. I'm just trying to save up my money to get this one in a run so I can get more gold, because the more gold you have, the more upgrades you get, which is probably the best thing you can get. But I'm probably just going to get more HP, because getting more HP is always nice, and maybe even upgrade some magic damage a little bit. Let's see, this character. See, I can do critical hits every once in a while. That does like more than double my damage. I can upgrade that whenever I want. But this game is tons of fun. There's almost an infinite replayability value because it's random every single time. So you can just keep on playing it, see what you want to do. You can try out challenges like there's a challenge. There's some fairy rooms that I didn't get to get to, but they have specific challenges where there's one of them you don't take any damage. If you take damage, the chest gets locked. There's one where you have to kill the enemies. You have to get to the finish line by a certain amount of time. You have to kill all the enemies. You have to do a challenge kill, like where there's enemies below you, and you have to use a certain move. Like some challenge rooms, you won't be able to do it because the daggers, you wouldn't be able to hit them, so it would be completely worthless. There's also some bonus rooms where you get a little developer information, like about previous games they've worked on, or their hidden bosses, and it's pretty good. Like this game, I've been keeping my tabs on this game for a while, and when it finally came out, I bought it. There are some downsides to the game, is that if you don't like roguelikes, you probably won't like this game so much if you don't like dying. But the dying factor is only really in the beginning of the game, because once your guy starts to get stronger, the dying factor kind of dies down because you're stronger, you have more HP, you can kill enemies faster. But some people don't like that. Also, some people may not like the art style, but that's just the way they go for the difficulty of this character selection, the upgrade thing. Some people just don't like roguelikes that often. I don't know why. But this game is good. I would suggest picking it for 15 bucks. It's probably one of the best buys. It's gonna, I don't know if it's gonna go on sale anytime soon because it just came out, but you never know on Steam. You can always check, keep tabs on the website. They may have a sale, but I don't think so because the game goes on the 27th and it is now the 30th. But I would definitely recommend picking up this game. It gets a huge thumbs up for me because it's just a major time sink. If you just want to play it for like 5 minutes and do a run, you can play it for 5 minutes and do a run. If you want to spend like 8 hours playing it, trying to progress and maxing out your character, you can spend all that time progressing to max out your character. So it's almost infinite replayability value for the price of this game. I would even say that some people would even put more time to this game and then some $60 AAA titles, because some AAA titles are even like 6 hours long and you pay 60 bucks for. I had like 7 hours in this game, 60 hours in this game, and I have only paid 15. So the different prices stuff will definitely appeal to some people more than others, and there's almost nothing really I can say bad about this game aside from nitpicky things about how there's a controversy in this because there's a character trait that you get that you're gay, and some people don't like that. So things change. I don't know how often they're going to update this game because there's some other There's some games that came out like FTL, which is a great game, but it didn't have the support of a when after it came out, they kind of stopped updating it. With this one, I hope that they will continue to update it even after it comes out, because this game I can definitely see them adding some new stuff in regularly or even weekly, or not weekly, monthly. That would add it up, like more dungeons, more monsters, more upgrades, different classes, different bosses, different zones. They can easily add some stuff like that. There's also some traits that you get that are terrible, like there's a near blind or color blind, which makes it so you can only see in black and white. But the worst one is probably vertigo, because it makes it so everything is upside down. You're upside down. You're literally, like, imagine if the screen was flipped 100 degrees, 180. So some classes are there basically just to troll you, and you'll probably never select unless you just want to select it because you just want to try it out. I know what it is because I've tried it out. It does give me a headache. Right here, I found a spell. You can find these spells every so often, and it allows you to, it swaps out what you have now, but if you play the Archmage class, you can swap it out, and then you can keep on swapping your skills. That's his special ability. But this one is, I don't know, remember exactly what this one does. Actually, I'm going to use it. Oh, it creates a shadow of you, and then you can go back to the shadow whenever you want. So it's like kind of like a mini teleport. Like right here, defeat all enemies. There's no way I can defeat that guy because I can't get to him because of the spell I have, and I won't be able to open up that chest. Depends on the spell you get. The different classes, there is the Barbarian, which is really good for taking damage. They have lots of HP. They don't do too much damage, but they take a lot of punishment. Then there is the Paladin, which is kind of the all-around. He has good HP, good damage. He's kind of like the middleman, so he's probably the one that you're going to want to use the most on bosses because he does damage and he has lots of HP. You have the Hokage, which does lots of damage. Like the damage I'm doing, it's more than doubled on that person, but he can't crit, and he has very low HP, but he moves extra fast, and he has a special ability. So my guy turns into smoke, so I can't take damage. He like teleports, so you can get out of danger. You have Lich, who when he kills stuff, he gets more HP and more mana. Then you can make it so you can swap his HP and MP values, so you can get a lot of HP or a lot of MP to cast a lot of spells, but you'll have low HP, so you can have to keep on killing some more stuff. Oh, what's this? Yeah. See, some of those challenges will reach me in so many seconds. There's lots of different classes. Some people choose to stick with some. I like using all of them. I think all of them are pretty good. But there are some things, like some of the classes seem unbalanced. There's a class that you can fly, The dragon, I don't have that one unlocked, but you can fly around and avoid damage and your mana regens over time instead of like picking up HP potions or killing stuff. So some people don't like that aspect of it, but I like it. Otherwise than that, this game gets a huge thumbs up for me, and I would recommend that anyone who has money to spare pick up a game. I would recommend picking up this game over most games that are out right now, just because of how good it is and how much time you can sink into this game for the price. So, hope you guys enjoy.